Съебись. Первое пригласить.
Hi, Igor.
Morning. So let's wait for others to join us, and we can start.
Okay.
By the way, I didn't see you for a long time. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I just work at night shift until 1 a.m. or p.m. like until night. So I sleep to the until the noon every day. So that's why.
I got. Maybe you should. What kind of job, by the way?
It's IT support.
And for how long are you working in IT support?
In this job, it's already like 1 month and a half. But before I used to work in IT support like 1 year and a half. But it was 50-50 IT support because I also did like front-end development and website support in my first job. It was like 3 years ago or 2.5 years ago. I don't remember exactly.
I got. And why you are not continue doing developing activities?
Oh, it's very complicated and I don't like it.
Okay, what about? I got. What about maybe you like more more not technical, but more soft things?
Yes, it's like I like more communicating with people and solve problems. Maybe management is mine. I will try.
But why you not like tried yet? Haven't tried yet.
Try management?
Yeah.
Because I live in small town and I didn't have opportunity to move to big city to find kind of management job. So I didn't have a job for a long time. I was looking for a job for like maybe half of the year, maybe longer. And then I just found
in management.
Job. No, in
Is it
general.
in management?
No, in general, I was applying.
Maybe it's good time for you to try to do this remotely, because it's time for not having small cities. It's time for like globalization, online globalization, and I think it's a good opportunity for you to start any kind of job.
Yes, I guess I will have opportunity to grow up to manager in my job, in my remote job.
Yeah, but you should be prepared in advance. Like if you don't have this enough skills, yeah, I mean like soft skills, so you should be prepared for having this opportunity. What I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But
I finished course of Sergey Troitsky about management.
Okay. I guess we can talk about this after a while, because at the moment we have guys who wanna speak up, and let's like take this out of English breakfast. Okay. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Hope you are doing well, and you enjoying your morning. And by the way, who did home task?
I did just a part of them.
Okay, it's not bad. What about others?
What the home task?
It was to watch movie The Founder.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, I understand this is that you didn't because you was not at previous lesson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I guess others as well didn't manage to do this.
Yeah, I do it.
You did?
Yeah, of course.
Cool. Let's you'll be like first person who did home task. You know, in each group there are such people who are doing home task, and other like don't do. So you'll be this. You know, I don't know how it's in English, but in Russian it's like любимчик.
Favorite.
Yeah, favorite.
But not maybe favorite. Like it should be some another word.
Favorite maybe. Favorite.
I don't know how, but that was my likely work, and that is reason why I do it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, maybe you can like kind of share your impression, how it impressed you, and was it really useful? Maybe you can try to sell or PR this movie. For example, you know, like when we have a trailer, it's kind of PR company. So now we don't have trailer. You will be this guy who try to PR this movie.
I can say that I saw this movie third time. I every time I find some interesting moments from this movie, and that is a good practice for understanding how create business, how these ideas can be realizing, and which moments you can find when you growing, and when you find different ways for be bigger, to be big company, and that is a good American movie who's on real that is real business whose we see, and you can saw that what we know about McDonald's that not name of about founders, and not founders create all big business and company, and that was another person who can see more bigger than only one small good restaurant, and he create a big empire, and now we can hear that he is billionaire, and also I understand that his business was not about sale franchising, and was about selling a good place, and he start to bought territory, good territory, good places. And now many companies who's open restaurants for marketing use only three words: place, place, place. And that is true. When you choose good place, your restaurant or business will have good money. That's what I understand about this business. If you believe in idea, you can realize it, but you must understand that not every idea works. But Ray Kroc, that was a person who's works many who's try to do in many ideas, and he continue trying, and when he find best idea, best business, he feels that this business can be big, and he start believing that that is a third element of America. For example, how he said that that is government who's have a flag, that is church, and that is McDonald's. That is symbols of America. And he believed in this idea, he realized this idea, and now we see that that is real symbol of America.
You told place, place, and again place. Do you watch Dmitry Potapenko? He's telling this phrase every time.
I saw, yeah.
Got it.
And I saw another another restaurant creators, restaurators, who's open this business and say that yes, place that is most important. What you must understand about when you want to start open a restaurant.
By the way, did you know that the owner of Dodo Pizza, before opening McDonald's, before opening Dodo, he was working in McDonald's in order, like a waiter, like a cashier, in order to watch how this process is worked. So he kind of like made a bit of copy paste of idea, but only with a pizza. And Dodo Pizza is pretty the same, so it's kind of Russian McDonald's, but only with a pizza. So he worked in the McDonald's in order to watch how it works, how this franchise is working inside, and after a certain period of time he come back and opened Dodo Pizza. And it's really good story, because like he was not that kind of person who like, whoa, I will not work in this because I'm business guy. No, he knew that he should do something unique, and because of McDonald's, McDonald's can be kind of a good example that can inspire other businesses to have this fast food, like recreate the fast food empire, because what it's doing at the moment McDonald's. By the way, because I know some more stories about McDonald's. We also like trying to teach this example on a marketing course. So what they're trying to sell you family values using McDonald's, and it's awesome, because for example, why you have this all Big Macs, big Happy Meal. It's because for kids, and to attract kids, it's much more simple than to attract a like 20 years old or 30 or 40 years old. And when this young, when child wants to go to McDonald's, parent will not have opportunity to say no, because like I'm doing all for my child. So they are coming with the children, and as a result, they also take some, maybe a burger, yeah, maybe kind of a burger, and as a result, they have children, they have the entire family, bringing just because of good marketing. They are market to those children, so children can motivate their parents to go to McDonald's. That's it. And they're also trying to show us like family values through the McDonald's. So when you come to McDonald's, they always like, we're together, we are doing this, we're doing that, like all talking about community, about sharing your time with friends, with your family. So it's really cool marketing. It's like amazing marketing. And by the way, they also have this kind of cross marketing like Coca-Cola, you know. So for Coca-Cola, McDonald's is one of the best marketplace for selling cola. And you can see like they have only Sprite and Coca-Cola, and that's it, and some juice, yeah. But in general, people are going to, like in most cases, people are going to take some cola.
Even cola
without sugar.
And also even cola included in this package. Yeah, it's like McDonald's menu. Always like you can take.
Yeah, and by the way, if you don't know that all this land, yeah, where is McDonald's situated, is who is the owner? The owner of this land is McDonald's. So they are in most of the countries, in the biggest cities. So they like one of the best, one of the top owners of land in the entire world.
Also, one more important issue that like the place is where is located the restaurant or cafe. It's very important, but also the concept of the this restaurant. Because like if you will open the Chinese one or whatever, like it should be the new one and creative one, and people are supposed to go to there. Because if you have already like for pizza, a lot of pizzeria around, nobody will come. It's like it's another point. It's good to open something new that is not, that it doesn't exist in your city or your area at least.
But good example is McDonald's located in Kiev in railway station. It's second most crowded McDonald's in the world. And there are some restaurants around this place. Like there is KFC, and there is also some other brands, no name brand, kind of McDonald's, but not McDonald's. But people still go to McDonald's and buy food in there.
Because everybody knows McDonald's and it's a very famous trademark, and like of course it's good too. The food is delicious there. It's not healthy but delicious.
You know standard. You know how tasty this food, and understand that in any place when you bought hamburger, you feel same taste, and that is why you always choose McDonald's and not trying to choose another restaurants, because you don't know that is different kitchens and different standards, and why I must go to another place if that is food who they can bought at once and eat it once so quickly if you don't have so much time. And also you know this standards of вкус, tasty standards.
And you know, like McDonald's in our country exists for 20 years, and KFC maybe for how many, 5 years, like yeah, not for so many, and everybody knows McDonald's, knows the food there.
Yeah, I'm totally agree with you guys. And by the way, if you are like traveling another country, you'll go to McDonald's because of free Wi-Fi. It's also kind of attracting tourists. So you will have free Wi-Fi, and having
Very
free
important
Wi-Fi,
point.
yeah, you will take something maybe to eat or to drink because you will not feel comfortable using Wi-Fi of McDonald's and not taking any food or drinks.
Even in the Kiev railway station, you also go to, sometimes also go to McDonald's just to kill the time to use Wi-Fi. And of course, I buy something there, like it's. And
Yeah, and
one more point, as in like, if you are like in New York or Paris or some other very expensive place, yeah, you can always. I remember like McDonald's at Brighton Beach. It's like, and you still pay like $3, $4, $10 for food, and you can have a cheap lunch or breakfast or dinner. It's like the price for the food is almost the same in Kiev, in Chisinau, in Moscow, or in New York. It's also I can say like some kind of cheap way to eat something. At least you will not be hungry.
yeah, the same true about Odessa, because I pretty often traveling to Odessa, and in Odessa, for example, if I come by train, I like first place where I'm going is McDonald's, because of not only because of Wi-Fi, but because of like after having a trip, sometimes you wanted to refresh, sometimes go and have a coffee or maybe some to sit, maybe work a bit. So it's also a good place to work for to meet each other. It's also a good place. And by the way, when for example I'm trying to make a kind of meet up with friends, with some people with whom I wanted to walk, we just, where should we meet? Oh, okay, let's meet in the center near McDonald's. So, and that's it. It's pretty, all of us understand where it's situated. It's somewhere in the center. All of us understand like if somebody of us going to be late, yeah, he or she can take some coffee or drinks or other things, yeah. And so they did kind of part of our lifestyle, and it's really like great marketing. It's somehow kind of an iPhone, Apple, yeah, Apple products. They also make fun, yeah. They have a lot of fans, a lot of fans, and those fans trying to convince even other people like, use these products, it's really cool, it's awesome, blah blah blah. So it's like marketing when somebody trying to sell your product, and it's really amazing. Any product that have this kind of marketing stuff, it will be successful, and that's it.
McDonald's meeting center, wherever he is.
Yes, 100%. You are traveling, where you go to McDonald's.
Yeah.
Because you go because you know the price, you know the food. It's very easy. Of course,
Yeah, it's predictable. It's predictable.
and it's delicious.
Yeah, some of them are really delicious. And by the way, guys, during the quarantine, who are feeding us?
Say again?
During the quarantine time, where we can come?
Where we can go?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you talking about some restaurant?
Yeah.
I think that like I don't know how in your country, like in my city, you can still, you cannot go and sit there, but you can take away some food.
Or you can take your car and go where?
To McDonald's.
Yeah.
Is it open now, McDonald's?
McDrive open.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So
Because
they're also with us during the quarantine time. So it's amazing, and they're one of the like most successful restaurants during the quarantine time because like they're super busy trying to serve clients on McDrive.
Yeah, but for example, we saw history how they create McDonald's and what was standard, only hamburger, only syrup and free. And now we can see that in McDonald's that is another standards of business. And we know that McDonald's they have own fields where they grow products for themselves for these restaurants, and we understand that it's a big empire now. That is a very big business, whose include not only restaurants, that is many factories, fields, and animals whose they growing for themselves, and that real unbelievable business for now on this moment. And if you want to buy franchise, that's near $1 million of dollars.
Yeah. And you should not only buy you should also buy the place, and it will be part of McDonald's empire. So you buy the for example, in the center you'll buy this place that will be like and go to the ownership of McDonald's.
Also, I have history from many managers who choose people and they ask them, do you work in McDonald's? If they say, yeah, I have practice, and they say, oh, okay, you know standards, you know how work must be working, and you so good example, and maybe in future you will be good worker.
Yeah, and by the way, I know a person who is a director of McDonald's, one of the McDonald's restaurants, cafes, how to say it. And he was starting his career from a waiter. And step by step, he's like goal, because of he was like really successful being waiter, successful being in different positions. Then he moved to administrator, then he moved to the chief administrator, and then he became a director. Yeah, and he is really interesting person. He's like always thinking of self-development. He's always trying to do his best. So it's really interesting structure of growing your career. So if you're starting as a waiter in McDonald's, it's not like you're not waiter. You are kind of like several steps from being administrator. And people who are working in McDonald's, they are really proud to work in McDonald's. Yeah, they kind like of for example, if we're talking about sheep, yeah, in a sheep we can have this different like captain of sheep and other positions. The same story about like McDonald's. They also have this kind of structure, and McDonald's translate their values not only to the customer, but they translate also it to the employers. And people, some of them are really happy to work in McDonald's, and they're proud. But other people like thinking like, if you're working in McDonald's, it's really. It's like this kind of joke. I don't know how in your cities, but like it's like if you're working in McDonald's, it's something like, oh, come on. But in real, inside of the McDonald's kitchen, you are this kind of, especially in this period of quarantine, you are on the same level as doctors, because you, by the way, most of the ambulances are served by McDonald's. And when during midnight I'm driving my car, I can see like near McDonald's, it's like a lot of like ambulances, a lot of police cars, and etc. So, and by the way, we have one of the place where parking. We have a lot of parkings. So people, young people, are meeting near this place. So they like not far from McDonald's, and it's kind of like party place, So you are coming to meet your friends, and you can take some, I don't know, maybe some coffee or cola or water. So it's pretty. This place became really famous because of big parking place and because of McDonald's, and that's it. Like they're trying to be part of our life.
Oh, I can also add some example, because previous we don't have many places where you can spend time and to have a room for the children. And in McDonald's, that was early. That was maybe first place who's create and this Mac cafes create rooms for children for celebrate birthdays, and we understand that for example, I want to meeting with somebody, and I need to left my children for some place. He must see near me or play in the room, and I can speak with another person. And when I trying to find places, that was only one place in epicenter where you cannot grow meeting together, or McDonald's. Now I see we have different restaurants who's open children room, but previous I cannot find this place, and that was only one place where I can meet with the children. That is my practice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not bad. Alexei, you're pretty silent today.
Yeah.
What's going on? Are you okay?
Yeah, everything okay. Because I always try to avoid McDonald's and other KFC and other fast foods, and I really don't like it. I can buy just a coffee or ice cream in the McDonald's, and that's all. That's why I can't fully agree with all that it's delicious. It's about me. If I in other city, in other country, I try to find some cuisine in that country. It's more interesting for me than McDonald's, because I can eat McDonald's in every city. but if I travel and I want to eat some special food for this country, for this area, and not just McDonald's. Yeah, of course, I visit McDonald's, and we sometimes eat some burgers. And
Are you coming with your kids?
my son doesn't like McDonald's. He like more KFC, and
So McDonald's lost this battle to KFC, I guess.
yeah. And if I ask him to what kind of food he want, he usually chose KFC, and he doesn't like McDonald's. But still, if we look at this place like a business, I think it's very successful business, because of course nobody can create a business who can match with all people. Always some people like this service, some people doesn't like, and it's normal. And yeah, I agree with you that we can find McDonald's in all place, in all country, and if I chose between some local hot dog or McDonald's, of course I chose McDonald's, because I know that that if I eat something there, I don't have any consequences, and that's why. Yeah. Oh, you're on mute.
I mean, bad consequences, because
Yeah.
sometimes we can have good consequences. For example, good food, or take pleasure for special food, maybe local food. It can be kind of a pleasure.
Yeah.
And by the way, I also there are in each McDonald's, you can find like something special for this region. For example, in Republic of Moldova, you can find in McDonald's like McPuishor. It's kind of like hamburger, but with a chicken hamburger. And you cannot find this chicken hamburger in any other places, because it's only like in Moldova. And in Odessa, you can have this with some sea fish food, like I don't remember how it's in English, but in Russian it's krevetka.
Shrimps.
Yeah. Shrimps. Yeah. So you can have these shrimps, and it's pretty tasty. It's really tasty. In Odessa.
The biggest surprise was when we found in McDonald's in Amsterdam paid toilet. It cost €1.
Yeah, but it's not only in Amsterdam. It's okay. In Europe, it is they like made this kind of agreement that in those places where you come, you like pay one. In Germany, I also paid for toilet, and for them it's kind of like it's okay. For us, it's like, why should we pay in McDonald's? That's why in McDonald's you have a lot of people, and sometimes you cannot move to toilet because a lot of people go to McDonald's because it's for free. So in my opinion, it's pretty okay to pay for toilet in order not to wait long distance of people.
It was just unusual for me.
Yeah, it's unusual for your mind, but it's not. It's really okay. It's the same as for example, there are some free events. Yeah, on free events you can come or you cannot come, but you will not value free events. But when for the event you should pay a certain amount of money, not big amount of money, but any amount of money, you will have a much higher value of this event. And it's like psychological thing. By the way, the same story about, for example, you have a corporate training. You don't pay anything and you are not like so involved. But when you pay it by your own, you'll be really, really involved in all this process. Are you agree about this? Like about it's the name like in economics, this is like free lunch.
Yeah. Yeah.
So free lunch, it's bad. By the way, free lunch is really it's fact. Free lunch is bad for economy.
Yeah.
It's like the same story about, for example, we had the Soviet Union. It all of the things were for free, and people like for them it was like kind of okay. We should not pay. For us, should pay governance. And like years are coming, and now we can see like old people, like they're like, why should we pay for transport? Why should we pay for this? Why should we pay for this service? And in real economy, we should pay. We should pay for those things.
Yeah.
Any other opinion, guys? Please speak up. Svetlana, Tatiana, please. Also, some opinions.
What do you mean when you are talking about that in Soviet Union people didn't pay for transport? Firstly, I heard that point of view. It was like you have to buy a ticket when you move to.
It was dependent on what was your position. Some government position, when you were on some government position, you had this like privilege not to pay in transport.
I think it's like more for some specific categories of the people, yeah, like the retired people or some like students in the school. Because like even in Soviet Union, the people paid for the transportation.
And actually, as for me, government could pay more money for people, for example, if they are on the retire or something like that, like for special like kind of people, they just need to pay more money, and people could decide to like spend it for transport or something else, because there's a lot of like privileges, for example, for people who was on the war and have some privileges to buy, for example, tickets for flying, but they never used that actually. But if they have some compensation, some money compensation, it would be the better solution for them. If we're talking about Soviet Union, and actually not just Soviet Union, it was after that actually. And talking about transport at all, as I know, in some country it is quite interesting approach where people don't need to pay for transport, but they pay more tax, and like that transport is for free, but they pay tax. They have a more higher level of tax, and actually it is included, something like that.
Yeah, but like in even very developed countries, the transport is not for free. And like if I have experience to travel, like for example, Great Britain, USA, the transportation there is very, it's very expensive. like for one ticket in the bus in Great Britain is like £5. It's like it's just for normal bus, or £4, but it's quite expensive. And like in New York, it is the same. It's also like it's of course it's better to buy the ticket, one ticket for one day, and to like, and you can travel as much as you want, but it's like it's. I know that like in the metro, it's some way. In New York, it's like if I don't mistake it, it's like $4 per one travel.
I suppose. Sorry.
Yeah.
I have good example, free, when you take it free. When you go to McDonald's, you can take free balloon and use room for free for playing in this room. And yeah, you not pay for it. But that is some from atmosphere, from good atmosphere, was create this place more как сказать, привлекательным,
Attractive.
attractive. And you understand that, yeah, that for free, and but that is one of the moment of this place. They understand that they must to create this free two points for you, and you give more after that.
But it is included in the cost of the services they provide, actually. For example, when you come to like some cool, I don't know, like some beauty salon, very expensive and so on. But you like, of course, you have free cup of tea, for example, and so on. But you pay so much money for your haircut and so on, and have a free cup of tea. It is attractive, but it is included in the cost of services. But it's cool. It's a very cool approach, because for people it's works better than when you come and may pay for toilet, for car, for tea, for something small, and have a long bill, for example. And when you just come and pay for one thing, of course it costs a lot of money, but you pay for the like for the aim, and other things like looks like for free. It's very attractive for people and works, but it's like kind of good service. Actually, talking about McDonald's, when you have a free child room, it's also like included in services.
Yes.
Of course, it's not like just you pay for like for that service. It is included when they calculate cost of their food, for example, in their like at the start. Actually, it's like not only you pay and other people pay also. Of course, they couldn't provide another cost for ice cream for you than for people who don't use like free child room or something.
Yeah, like sorry. Go.
I'm sorry, I just want to say that I interrupt you, Victor. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. No, and also one more point. Yeah, like it's it's for free. Like it's free Wi-Fi again, like free toilet, free this room. But anyway, you go there and you spend some money because you eat. It's almost impossible to come to McDonald's and to don't eat anything. Like, of course, you say, and you spend money. And like, if it is a good free for the kids, anyway, you spend money for whole family as a result, and it is just like one of the attraction, how they attract people, how they like make them make they choose to come to visit McDonald's, not some other place.
Yeah, it's just like a method to attract people. It's like marketing of car. I don't know what part of the of like approaches to the business organization, but actually when you provide some services, you need to think what you could provide for people for free, because it's very attractive. It's like works very good for mind, and it doesn't depend on what services you provide. Actually, for example, if it's like dance classes, you could provide like first time it would be for free, and it could attract a lot of people, and like one or two of them could come to your courses and pay for that. Because not all who join you but like after that they could decide that it's okay, or some like акции, I don't know.
Special offer.
Yeah, special offer. It's like very common for any kind of business.
Yeah, I know. Do you dance anything, Svetlana?
I'm not sure.
Right.
And actually, for example, if you provide some kind of like food delivery, for example, you could provide free delivery, for example, and your food would be a little bit costful, but it could be, for example, delicious and free delivery. It sounds very cool, actually. And when people see it costs less, but I need to pay for delivery, they wouldn't calculate the total cost. They just would think that, oh, free delivery.
Yeah, it is a very good example with the food. We have this like some cafeteria, it's like 3 Elephants, and they have a very good beer, local beer, their own beer, and also the food is delicious. And one time, like I ordered a few portions of Deroune and some salads, and they put there for free like this half a liter of the beer, their own beer, and some maybe 100 grams of their own drink. And it was like surprise, like, and it's a very good opinion. And when you now, like, even like for me, when I will order some food, I will definitely go to that. I will order from that place, not from some another ones. It's how it works, yeah.
Yeah, and in most cases, they like promote that they would provide you not just, for example, pizza. In our city, it is some food delivery services like pizza and sushi, and they like attract people by they like provide the information that you will ask for delivery, for example, pizza, and you will have the opportunity to choose if you want to have a free beer or a free some lemonade, for example. And it's like very like it's not it named compliment.
what I can say is that you can have so many ideas to try to realize, but you now saw that, for example, about McDonald's, why they work in same way, why they choose this format, these standards. They too have many practices, many trying to realize different ideas, and now we see successful standards whose works, and these standards can be adaptive in many another franchising countries, and that is multi working format.
Do you mean just about McDonald's?
We speak today about McDonald's. We choose this brand, and we discuss some good examples whose work in this business, and why this business is so popular, so successful. And you propose now some variants for free, for cheaper, for service, for products. But I hear you and understand that, yeah, if you have money, you can try to realize many ideas, and after sometimes you choose best variant. And on example of McDonald's, you can see this, how this works, and how they are still popular, how they adapt business for now, for this time, how they continue working in this period, in quarantine time, how they reconstruct places for service, places for sit, and for do zakaz,
Order.
for do order.
For making order, it's better to say it, for making order.
Yeah, and you can choose this place for understand how will work service in future, and they can realize it now. And after 5 years, maybe another big companies to repeat the same.
Yeah, of course. It's like to create something new. You couldn't create something like new, like to create bicycle. You just use the best practices. And
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, but it's already 10 o'clock. You, I guess, were late. That's why you wanted to talk more. It's okay. Maybe next time you'll be with us a bit early. So I would propose maybe to discuss what would you like to talk about for the next business English lesson. Any ideas, guys? Or
Maybe
folks?
Silicon Valley and startups.
Sounds good. Let's then have a talk about Silicon Valley, and some of you can watch this dude YouTube video. It's for free. So if you have time, it's like 3 hours, or you can like read any news, maybe Forbes. It's also for free, about Silicon Valley. So next lesson, we are going to discuss Silicon Valley, successful startups, etc. And we will have, as I already mentioned, we will have one of the speakers that I'm going to invite, a person from Silicon Valley. Good?
Okay. Thank you for the
Sounds
talk.
good.
Yeah. Good, yeah.
Okay, great. Then see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Have a
Okay.
great time.
Bye.
Be safe.
Very great.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.